So there's this crazy freaking trial going on right now that's kind of gaining steam, but for a minute flew under the radar. I saw this headline for a couple of days before I watched the video because it kept saying, like, you know, sensitive, graphic, and I was like, well, I don't really want to see someone get stabbed. Of course, and the headlines was like, it made it seem like it was this crazed man attacking children in a river with a knife, and I was like, okay, that's crazy. I don't really want to see that. I hope the criminal goes to jail and whatever. But then it kept being, like, recommended to me more and more and more, so I said, fine, I'll watch the video. And when I started watching the video, you have to remember here, I was totally on the kid's side, because the way the headlines were presented to me was, this man is guilty, he's a crazy maniac with a knife, and he's going after children. So I'm on the kid's side. I'm like, let me go see this crazy dude do what he did with these kids so I can be angry like everybody else. But the more I watched, the longer I watched the video, the more I started to kind of slowly turn my opinion to, this guy is not a crazy maniac. He very much looks like he's just defending himself.
Whoa! Oh God! We up! What are you talking about? Yeah. What the hell are you talking about? Get away from us! What? What's going on with y'all homie? He's on camera. Tripping. He's on 4K. Yo, the new iPhone got that good quality. What did you say? Yeah, what the hell? Who is this? Yes. From the culture. Who is that? For the culture. Who is that? Who the hell is this? He said he was looking for little girl. He said he was looking for little girl. You're looking for little girl? Yeah. That's exactly what he said. Weirded us out. I even have that part on camera. Did I? Some young ass kid. What the hell is this guy's problem, bro? We're trying to have fun. He's gonna claim you. He's gonna claim you. We don't want this one. He's dying, bro. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Are we serious? Is this real? Oh my God. Who is that? Oh my God. Oh my God. Is this real? Oh my God. Oh my God, what the fuck? Is this real? Wait, that's not Bike! That's not Bike! That's not Bike! That's not Bike! That's not Isaac! Oh my God! Oh my God! This isn't real!
Even when I was watching the video with all that loud cackling and screaming and antagonizing, it gave me anxiety just watching it. And I'm not even there. Like, I really wanted to skip the video because I was starting to feel anxiety. So I started putting myself in this man's shoe, and it's like, I'm watching it feeling like I'm about to have a panic attack. I couldn't imagine being surrounded by that in real life and being kind of scared for your life. You're being surrounded by, first it was like, what, 9 people, and then ended up being like 13 people, all coming at you, all yelling at you, screaming false allegations. Some of the worst false allegations you can scream out at somebody. Everyone's surrounding you, attacking you, and then they start pushing you, slapping you, physically attacking you. Like, what do you think the man was going to do? You're constantly kicking a pit bull, and then you're surprised that he bites you. So let me slow down a little bit and back up. All right, so I'm gonna give you a little bit of what the defense and what the prosecution is saying what happened in this trial, and some of the stories that's not really lining up. So from the defense of the man who's being on trial now for, like, I don't know, second-degree murder or some shit like that. So the man is with his family in this sort of lazy river outdoor nature thing, right? And he lost his phone, or someone in his camp lost their phone, and he went to the river to see if he can see the phone that got washed down the river. From his perspective, or at least what his defense is saying, is he thought the kids were holding up his phone saying, "We have your phone." Now, there's a video recording of this entire event, so there was a kid or a teenager on this tube holding up a phone. And since a lot of the phones look the same these days, they're very generic, from afar away, he probably thought that was his phone he was holding. So he ran up to the kids thinking they understood why he was running up to them, because they were holding up his phone to give it back to him. So he didn't expect them to be surprised that he arrived there. Now, from the kids' perspective, they were like, they had no idea why this man was running up to them. It was kind of out of nowhere, and he's running up quickly and seemingly aggressively. So from their perspective, they're like, we don't know why he's running up. It kind of freaked us out, right? When the man gets to the teenagers, he realizes, okay, I guess they don't have my phone. So he kind of just went around to see if he can see his phone near their tubes in the river that he's hoping that it washed down so he can get his phone. The kids proceed immediately to jump up out their tubes and immediately start cackling and antagonizing this guy, and immediately started screaming false allegations out loud on the top of their lungs that this man is looking for little girls, that this man came to them asking where the little girls are, and he's looking for little girls. In the video, he never says that. He never says he's looking for little girls. He never says that.
Good quality. What do you say? Yeah, what the hell? Who is this? Yes. For the culture. Who is that? For the culture. Who is that? Who the hell is this? He said he was looking for little girls. You're looking for little girls? Yeah. That's exactly what he said. Weirded us out. I even have that part on camera.
And mind you, they only reported that he was looking for little girls to the police maybe 2 weeks before the trial. This is a new allegation that came up later on, not in the beginning, right? But in the video, you can hear them screaming he's looking for little girls, but the man is clearly not saying that. He's not looking for little girls. So other adults around, of course, we all know how most people feel about pedos. Most people want to torch and skin anyone who is a pedo and hurting children. So all the other adults are now alarmed that there might be a child predator in their midst. So they all get up to see what's happening. So now this man who simply was just looking for his cell phone is not only surrounded by these very drunk, very intoxicated, very antagonizing, and very aggressive boys, teen boys, young boys, who's probably much stronger than this older man, especially collectively. Now he has all these adults coming at him thinking he's this crazed child predator, and he's kind of confused as well because there's a lot of commotion, there's a lot of chaos. He doesn't really understand what's happening, so he's looking like a scared deer in a wilderness. And then he tries to approach his family to be like, hey, come over here, help me out. The kids start to surround him, blocking his way, blocking his ability to get away from them to his family. And if you go further down the river, it just gets deeper deeper and deeper. So they're kind of closing him in, not allowing him to really have an easy access way out, because one of the prosecution's excuses of why didn't this man just walk away? Well, he kind of tried, and they were kind of blocking his way. Now, one of the girls, or two girls actually, if you can see in the video, started to get in this man's face, just get in his face, antagonizing him, yelling at him. Again, they're all intoxicated, extremely intoxicated. I forgot their blood level, but I think the one who unfortunately did pass away in this trial, his blood level was like 1.2 or something like that, super high, extremely high for it's illegal for a teenager if they are underage, because they could be 18, but extremely high. And according to his friends, he was the most sober one. So they're all extremely intoxicated. This girl gets in his face while this man is already being surrounded, already being yelled at, already being antagonized, already being falsely accused of something. These girls get in his face. Now, according to the prosecution and the teenagers, he then socked her or sucker punched her or uppercut her in the face. Now, in the video, you never see that. A matter of fact, the camera keeps panning where the girl is in his face. You never see anybody getting struck, and you never see her on the ground, right? And because according to the teenagers, she was on the ground. He punched her and she fell to the ground. Now they're all retracting their story, saying, well, I don't really remember her falling to the ground. I'm not really sure. They don't know which hand he used, because they all said he used the right hand, I believe, and that was the hand with the knife in it. So if he would have uppercut her with the knife in her face, he would have cut her face, most possibly. But also, there was no injury to her face whatsoever. When you look in the video, she's not holding her face. She doesn't look like she just came from a punch. And this is like a half of a second, right? So if a grown man like uppercut a young girl, there will be some repercussions to that. She wouldn't just be standing there, right? So it very much looks to most people watching this that there was no sucker punch, uppercut, no punch, no slap, no nothing to the face. That maybe he pushed her or shoved her out of his way because she was very much in his personal space. And one of the reasons why the prosecution is really trying to beat down this idea that this man sucker punched or uppercut or punched this girl in the face is because it's going to excuse the teenager's behavior when they laid their hands on him and they attacked him. Again, there is no evidence and no proof that he actually physically attacked this girl. There's only eyewitnesses from the prosecution, by the way, so they have a reason to make up this story, and none of them can keep their story straight about the girl being hit. A lot of them are saying they don't remember, they're foggy, their memory is foggy, and you have to remember they're all extremely intoxicated. For me, I don't put it past a bunch of good friends, a bunch of best friends who lost their friend to the hands of this guy that they were antagonizing, but still they lost their friend to say, hey, let's stick to this story that he attacked her. But again, there's really no evidence that he did attack her besides the unreliable, ever-changing stories of a bunch of drunk teenagers. After the man started being surrounded by these kids, he did pull out a knife out of his pocket that he brought with him so he can cut the string that was tying the tubes together. So no, it wasn't some crazy guy who like snuck out of the bushes just to attack kids. So he had the knife with him to cut the rope. He pulled it out to protect himself. So when the kids started slapping him and pushing him, he got up and started swinging to defend himself, anybody who was coming towards him. If you notice, the guy's feet is always planted. He's not charging after these kids. He's not attacking them. He's not chasing after them. He's not trying to come at them. His feet is planted, meaning the only way you got stabbed with that knife is because you were approaching him to either antagonize him, to physically attack him, or get in his face. That's the only way. So this was not a crazy man attacking people. To me, and to a lot of people, this looks like a guy who was simply defending himself. Now, I didn't know this, but I guess the law, and in Wisconsin, where I think this is done, their law is different from other laws. Like in Florida, you have a stand your ground law, meaning you cannot go to jail for defending yourself because you can stand your ground. Whereas Wisconsin, you have to announce to the person who is attacking you you're going to defend yourself, which makes absolutely no sense to me. Can you imagine that? Someone's stalking you or broke into your home trying to kill you and you're in hiding, but you know they're going to find you eventually, so you're like, let me get them before they get me. You have to announce to the person trying to kill you, you're going to defend yourself, or you can be charged with murder. What? So even if this guy was defending himself, because he never announced he was going to defend himself, he can still be charged with murder and go to jail. Look, nobody wants someone's life to be lost. I feel sad for this kid. He lost his life too young. I feel sad for his parents and his family who has to grieve the loss of their son. Nobody wishes that upon anybody. But honestly, for me, this is a real life. They effed around and found out. I don't think this man attacked them. I don't think he's a crazy maniac. I think this was simply a man who was stuck in a situation that most people would have felt anxiety, panicked, and scared to be in, and would have felt like at any moment now they're gonna have to defend themselves because these kids were going after him. Now, do I think they wanted to hurt him, like kill him? Not really necessarily, but you don't know how this person's feeling. And the thing is, this is why you need to leave people alone. Because you don't know this man's story, you don't know this man's anxiety, you don't know this man's triggers. He could have been abused, he could have been a war vet, this could have been PTSD. You don't know people's stories. Stop going after people. That's what these in real life influencers sitting there attacking random people or antagonizing, harassing random people on the streets. That's why nobody feel bad for them when the person they're harassing turn around and punch them in the face, because you don't know what people are going through. Stop just running up to random people. I get it, you're young, you're dumb, you're full of cum, you are drunk, you're with your friends, you know how it is when you're with your friends. It becomes like this fucking pack, and you need to attack anything to show how alpha you are and all that stupid shit. I get it, but this was a real life effed around and found out. If this man goes to jail for murder, I would be extremely disappointed in the justice system. I don't think he deserved that. I don't even think he deserves any jail time, to be completely honest with you. This looks like self-defense to me. It's so sad for the parents, and I understand the parents lost a child and they want some sort of justice, but even as a parent, you have to look at this video and realize this man was not trying to kill people. He didn't go out that day trying to attack people. He was just at the wrong place at the wrong time, and he was surrounded by a lot of people that looked like wild hyenas to most people's eyes. So if you've read the thumbnail or the title, or you've been following this story, you know that this man has been indeed found guilty, which I am extremely disappointed in. Apparently it's because he initially lied to the police, and I still don't know if that you have to announce you're going to defend your self law in Wisconsin held up, but he was found guilty. I don't know how much jail time he is spending yet. I don't know if it was announced yet by the time I made this video, but unfortunately this man was found guilty. The public opinion is swaying. I think when this man first went to jail, it was very much presented like I saw it like a crazy maniac just went out and stabbed kids, and everybody was like, yeah, throw the book at him. People are now saying like this looks like self-defense. But regardless, if the Wisconsin law stands of he didn't announce himself that he was going to defend himself, he still might serve some sort of jail time regardless of the circumstances. But if he goes to jail for absolute cold-blooded murder, I think that would be so wrong and such a failure of the justice system. But you guys let me know what you think of this whole story. If you've heard of this story, if you were in this man's position, what would you have done? Do you feel like he could have done something different, something better? Or anybody could have done something different or something better? Could he have walked away? Or do you feel like, no, this was just self-defense? It's sad that someone had to lose their life, but this was self-defense. Let me know in the comment section below. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that button to get notifications when I do upload. Oh, that really does help with the algorithm, guys. If you want to support this channel, you can donate. My PayPal and Cash App link is in the comment section down below. You can super thanks, and you guys have an amazing, beautiful day.